Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I once believed strength was a lonely journey. That survival meant standing alone, fighting alone, winning alone. Life taught me otherwise. There are moments when your own strength is not enough. Moments when your courage feels tired. Moments when hope feels heavier than fear. And in those moments, it is people who carry you. I am standing here today not because I never fell, but because someone held my hand when I could not stand on my own. We often celebrate individual success, but behind every strong person is a silent team. Someone who believed, someone who listened, someone who refused to leave. Teamwork is not about perfection. It is about connection. It is about choosing compassion over competition, support over ego, and unity over pride. When I lost parts of my life, I did not lose people. And that made all the difference. Because strength multiplies when it is shared. Pain reduces when it is divided. And hope grows when it is given freely. A team is not defined by how loud it speaks, but by how deeply it listens. It is not defined by titles, but by trust. Sometimes teamwork means pushing someone forward. Sometimes it means walking beside them. And sometimes it simply means sitting quietly and saying, I am here. We do not heal alone. We do not rise alone. We do not succeed alone. Every dream that survives does so because someone watered it with belief. People ask, what is your greatest strength? I say, the people who refuse to let me give up on myself. True teamwork does not shine on one face. It reflects on many hearts. When we lift others, we lift ourselves. When we support one another, we create something stronger than talent. We create purpose. So choose your people wisely. Be the kind of teammate who shows up in silence. Be the strength someone else is praying for. Because in the end, we are not remembered by how far we walked alone, but by how many lives we touched together. And that is the true power of people and teamwork. Strength is not a solo journey for a long time. I believed strength meant standing alone. I believed that asking for help was weakness, that depending on others made me less capable, less worthy, less strong. Life gently, and sometimes painfully, corrected me. There are moments when your own strength is simply not enough. Moments when your courage feels tired, when your heart carries more weight than it can hold, when your silence becomes louder than your voice. And in those moments, strength does not come from within you alone. It comes from the people who refuse to let you fall unnoticed. Real strength is not isolation. Real strength is connection. It is the courage to say, I cannot do this alone. It is the humility to accept a helping hand without feeling smaller for it. We live in a world that celebrates self-made success, but no one is truly self-made. Behind every person who stands tall are unseen hands holding them steady. Strength is not about how much you can carry by yourself. It is about knowing when to share the weight. I have learned that surviving alone may be possible, but healing alone is not. Growth alone is not. Purpose alone is not. When someone listens without interrupting, when someone believes before you do, when someone stays even when you have nothing to give, that is strength showing up in human form. And sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is allow yourself to be supported. Because strength is not proven by how long you endure pain in silence. Strength is proven by how honestly you reach out. We are not meant to walk this journey alone. We are meant to walk it together, learning, falling, rising, and becoming stronger side by side. So if you're tired today, if you feel weak for needing help, remember this: you are not weak for leaning on others. You are human. And there is nothing stronger than that. People are the pillars behind every success. We often applaud success when we see it standing tall. We admire the final picture, the confident smile, the moment of victory, but we rarely look behind it. Success does not stand alone. It leans quietly on people. Behind every strong person is someone who stayed, someone who believed when belief was fragile, someone who listened when words were difficult, someone who saw potential when results were invisible. We call success personal, but it is always collective. There are people who hold you together when your world feels like it is falling apart. They remind you who you are when you forget your own name. They see light in you when all you can see is darkness. These people may never stand on a stage. They may never be applauded. They may never receive recognition. Yet, without them, the story would never reach the ending we celebrate. Sometimes success looks like encouragement whispered in private. Sometimes it looks like patience during your worst days. Sometimes it looks like someone choosing not to give up on you, even when you have already given up on yourself. We rise because someone refused to let us stay down. And one day you realize something powerful. You did not succeed despite people. You succeeded because of them. This is why gratitude matters. This is why humility matters. This is why we must never forget who stood with us when standing was difficult. And just as important, we must become that pillar for someone else. Be the person who believes quietly. Be the person who stays consistently. Be the person who supports without expecting applause. Because true success is not measured by how far you go alone, but by how many people you lift along the way. In the end, titles fade, achievements age, but the impact of people, the ones who held you, shaped you, strengthened you, that impact lasts forever. Success is never a solo victory. It is a shared story written by many hearts. Teamwork multiplies strength and reduces pain. Life was never meant to be carried by one pair of shoulders. Yet many of us try. We carry our fears alone. We hide our pain alone. We celebrate our wins alone. And then we wonder why we feel exhausted. Teamwork teaches us a simple truth: what is shared becomes lighter, and what is united becomes stronger. Pain, when held alone, grows heavier. But when pain is shared with the right people, it begins to lose its power. Strength works the same way. One person's courage can inspire another. One person's hope can reignite a fading spirit. Together, what feels impossible alone becomes manageable, even achievable. Teamwork is not about being equal in ability. It is about being equal in commitment. Some days you are strong enough to carry others. Some days you are the one being carried. And both roles matter. We often misunderstand teamwork as constant agreement. But real teamwork allows differences. It allows weakness. It allows honest conversations and uncomfortable truths. Because growth does not happen in comfort. It happens in connection. When people come together with trust, strength multiplies naturally. Effort compounds, confidence spreads. And suddenly, you are no longer fighting just for yourself. You are fighting for the people who believe in you. And that kind of responsibility creates a deeper, stronger motivation. Teamwork reminds us that we are not alone in our struggles, that someone else has felt what we feel, that someone else has survived what we are facing. And in that realization, pain becomes bearable and strength becomes renewable. There is quiet magic in knowing that someone is walking beside you, not to lead, not to follow, but to walk with you. That is the power of teamwork. It does not remove hardship. It does not erase pain, but it transforms both into something meaningful. Because when we move together, we move further. When we support each other, we stand taller. And when we share the journey, we discover that strength was never meant to be carried alone. True teams are built on trust, not titles. We often think teams are built by positions, by roles, by names written on charts and doors. But real teams are built somewhere much deeper. They are built in trust. Titles may give authority, but trust gives influence. And influence is what truly moves people. A title can make someone a leader. Trust makes someone worth following. In real teamwork, people do not show up because they have to. They show up because they believe in each other. Trust is built in small moments, when words match actions, when promises are kept, when presence is consistent. It grows quietly over time, through honesty and respect. And once trust exists, teams become more than individuals working together. They become a safe space, a place where ideas can be shared without fear, where mistakes are treated as lessons, not failures, where voices are heard, not silenced. True teamwork does not require perfection. It requires authenticity. When people trust each other, they stop hiding their weaknesses. They stop pretending to have all the answers. They start growing together. Trust also means accountability. Not control, not criticism, but care. It means holding each other to higher standards because you want each other to succeed. A team built on trust can survive pressure. It can survive change. It can survive difficult conversations because trust turns challenges into collaboration instead of conflict. Titles fade. Positions change. But trust remains. And when trust leads, people follow not because they are instructed, but because they are inspired. That is the kind of team that lasts. That is the kind of team that rises. That is the kind of team that creates impact far beyond itself. True teams are not built by hierarchy. They are built by hearts that choose honesty, respect, and belief in one another. And when trust becomes the foundation, everything else stands stronger. Support takes many forms. Support is not always loud. It does not always arrive with solutions, advice, or answers. Sometimes support is silent. It is a presence that does not rush you. A hand that does not pull you forward before you are ready. A voice that says nothing, yet somehow makes you feel less alone. We often imagine some strength that pushes, but real support understands when to pause. Sometimes support means leading from the front, showing the way when the path is unclear. Sometimes it means walking beside someone, matching their pace, respecting their process. And sometimes the most powerful support is simply sitting down with someone in their pain and saying, I am here. No fixing, no judging, no forcing, just presence. Support also means believing in someone before they believe in themselves. Seeing potential through fear, holding hope when theirs feels fragile. It takes wisdom to know what kind of support is needed in each moment. Not everyone needs to be pushed. Some need to be protected. Some need to be reminded of their worth. Some need space. Some need reassurance. True teamwork understands this difference. Support is flexible. It listens before it acts. It observes before it leads. And when support is genuine, it empowers instead of controlling. It strengthens instead of suffocating. We all remember people who supported us at our lowest, not because they changed our situation, but because they stayed. And one day, we realized that support did not save us. It gave us the courage to save ourselves. Be mindful of how you support others. Your presence may be someone's turning point. Your patience may be someone's healing. Your belief may be someone's breakthrough. Support takes many forms. All of them matter. And sometimes being there is everything. We rise by lifting others. There is a quiet truth that life teaches us with time. Success feels empty when it is reached alone. Real fulfillment comes not from standing above others, but from standing with them. When we lift others, we do not lose our strength. We discover it. Helping someone rise does not slow your journey. It gives your journey meaning. We often fear that supporting others will take something from us. Time, energy, recognition. But the opposite is true. When you lift someone, you build a ladder that strengthens your own foundation. Every act of encouragement creates a ripple. Every word of belief travels further than we imagine. Every small kindness leaves a permanent mark. Leadership is not about being followed. It is about creating more leaders. Teamwork is not about winning together once. It is about rising together again and again. The strongest people are not those who never fall, but those who turn back to help others stand. When we lift others, we remind them of their worth. And in doing so, we remind ourselves of ours. A team that rises together does not compete internally. It celebrates growth collectively. It understands that someone else's success does not threaten its own. There is room for everyone to shine. In the end, we are not remembered by how high we climbed alone, but by how many people felt stronger because we were there. So choose to lift. Choose to encourage. Choose to support even when it goes unnoticed. Because the highest form of strength is not power over others. It is power shared with others. And when we lift one another, we do more than succeed. We rise. As we leave this moment, remember one simple truth. We were never meant to walk this journey alone. Every strength you admire in yourself was shaped by someone else's belief. Every victory you celebrate was carried on the shoulders of support. Every rise was made possible because someone chose not to let you fall. People are not distractions in our journey. They are the direction. Teamwork is not about standing together only in success, but staying together in struggle. It is choosing connection over ego, compassion over comparison, and unity over fear. Be grateful for the people who walked with you when the path was unclear, and become that person for someone else. Lift others, listen deeply, show up consistently, because when people come together with purpose and trust, ordinary lives create extraordinary impact. In the end, our greatest achievement will not be how far we went alone, but how many hearts felt stronger because we were there. And that is the true power of people and teamwork. Thank you.